Welcome to another Winnovative Technology Consulting Inside Small Business CRM Quick Tip. In this quick tip, we're looking at Act 2010 CRM, but although this is Act 2010 CRM, this is a tip that's been around in many versions of Act. So even if you're using, say, Act 2007 or even 2005, you could still apply this information. We know that one of the big benefits and one of the main reasons that we use a CRM system is to track information and then be able to find that information when we need it. Now over time, there's many places that we can squirrel stuff away, and sometimes as we get to know our CRM system, maybe we weren't consistent in where we put some of that data, and we're not sure if it was in a field because maybe as time went by, some custom fields were built that then we started tracking information there, but prior to that perhaps we were storing information in notes. Well, ACT has many ways to find information in a really powerful tool that a lot of people don't necessarily know is there to begin with, is called the keyword lookup. And that's going to be found on the lookup menu. And in ACT 2010, it's under keyword search down here at the bottom of the menu. In other versions of ACT, it's toward the bottom. It may be up in about this area here, but in any case, whatever version you're using, you'll find the keyword search on the lookup menu toward the second bottom half of the menu. I go ahead and I open that up, and one of the things that's interesting about the keyword tool is like we'd expect. If we're familiar with the idea of keywords when we're on the internet, well, it's pretty much the same concept here, and as a matter of fact, ACT had keyword search long before the internet got to be as popular as it is today. It's been around a long time. We have different filters here that are a little bit unusual from other lookups in ACT, in that we can look across certain record types. And again, this may vary a little bit. In ACT 2010, the opportunities are added. The version that you have, you may not see that. But if we're going to look through contacts, we can then also filter it. Do we want to go through the whole database? Are we only going to look at the current contact, or are we going to look at the current lookup of contacts? Okay? And then the thing that really gives us the power is over here on the right area of our filters is where within the contacts of contacts are we going to look. So the way that it's set up right now is we've got a checkbox next to opportunities and a checkbox next to fields. If I was to go ahead and do this search on the word coffee, or the first part of the word coffee, then it's going to ignore any of the activities on the contacts. It's going to ignore the histories and the notes, but it's only going to search in the opportunities in the fields. And the fields, of course, again, are the actual detail fields that we see, including any custom fields too, which is something that is kind of unique about ACT, is that even if you create custom fields, you could still search those. Well, what I want to do is I'm going to say for right now, I'm not going to look in opportunities, but I'm going to search activities, histories, notes, and the fields, and I'm going to search for the word network to see what I could find for network breakfast meeting. And I'll go ahead and I'll click find now. So ACT will go out and it'll begin to search through the database. We see it's beginning to return results. And we see in our dialog box here down at the bottom, it found 153 items that match. Now that doesn't necessarily mean 153 contacts, because again, we're looking at histories, notes, and activities, and we know that a contact can have multiple of those types of records. So what ACT shows us is it shows us the contact, shows the company name for that contact, was it in a field, and then how does it match. So you see breakfast network group, networking breakfast. Down here, talk to him about handling our network. Now if we find something and we're not sure and we want to see, if I double click on one of the results like so, the keyword tool minimizes itself down here in the left corner, and then it brings me to that contact record for the match, okay, David Yale. But notice too, it also highlights the specific record that matched. Talk to him about handling our network. So if there was hundreds of items that were created, histories, and of course there can be, on a contact record, it would still be hard to find the one that we might want. So the fact that ACT highlights the particular item that we're looking for, okay, in this case we're now in history, we've jumped over to Chris Huffman, okay, meeting held, network breakfast, helps us to find the information that we need. So that's really great. And the other thing that we can do is if I want to get a list of all the contacts that do match, if I right click in my results area of the keyword search, I could say either go right to that contact record, or I could say look up. And in this case, if I say look up all, it's going to return a contact lookup for all of the records that matched. And in this case, for the demo database in Act 2010, even though there was 153 different types of matches because of the way we set the filter, we come up with 7 contacts that own all those matches, and I can work with them from there. So there you have it, keyword search, Act CRM.